Hey beauties, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Winnie. In today's video, you are going to be learning how to perfectly cut 10 different necklines to make your sewing more interesting. So if this is what you love to learn, definitely keep on watching. And without too much talking, let's get straight to the honey of the video. Let's go.
I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel.
The first neckline we are going to be working with is the keyhole neckline, and you first, after drafting your armhole like this, make sure that you create your shoulder slope, and to do that you are just going to come down by 1 inch at the shoulder area and go in by 3 inches. So that is the standard. Your neck width of 3 inches, and you make a shoulder slope of 1 inch and connect with a slant, just as I've done. Now for this keyhole neckline, it has to be wide. The neckline has to be wide, while the neck depth has to be shorter. So I'm going with a neck width of 4 inches and a neck depth of 2.5 inches, and then I'm just going to connect with a curve. You can make your neckline wider, all right, but the wider the neckline, the shorter the neck depth. So if you use 6 inches, you are going to reduce it by 2 inches or 1.5 inches for the neck depth, all right. Just take note that the wider the neckline, the shorter the neck depth. So I'm cutting that out now, and then I'm also going to cut out the shoulder slope for. So opening it up, this is how it looks. See how it is looking. I'm sure you must have seen this kind of neckline, probably in boo-boo mostly. It's always very wide like that, and then it's not that deep, all right. So the next neckline we are working with is the rectangle neckline. So I went ahead to take a neck width of 3 inches. You can do 4 inches if you want, and I also took a neck depth of 4 inches, and then I'm just going to connect that with a straight line, all right, just like that. Straight line here, straight line there, and then I am going to cut it out. If you want it to be a square, you can make sure that the neck width and neck depth are the same size, so it will just be a perfect square. But for this rectangle neckline, I just used 3 inches by 4 inches so that it can give me what I want. So after cutting my shoulder slope and everything, this was how it looks. So this is the rectangle neckline. It's just going to be like that, just like a block, just like a rectangle shape, all right. So let's document that. Let's write that on our paper right now so you can see. Don't forget, we used 3 inches width by 4 inches depth. You can make your neck wider and deeper than that depending on how much you can take. So now the next neckline I'm working with is the round neckline. So for this, I just went ahead to take 3 inches neck width, and I also took 3 inches neck depth. So I'm now going to be using my pattern master to create a curve. The reason why I first made it a rectangle like this is for it to be easier for me to draft my curve. Let's say that I don't have the pattern master now. Once I've used that rectangle to guide myself, then I can just go ahead from that edge, from this edge here, after drafting the rectangle, just come out by 1 inch and then create your curve. So it's going to give you a perfect curve, trust me. So now the next neckline we are going to be working with is the V neckline. This one, your neck width shouldn't be too wide, so I went by a neck width of 3 inches and I came down by 6 inches, and I just used my pattern master to connect a straight line. So that forms my V neckline, all right. This is a very simple neckline. So now let's move to the next one. The next neckline we are working with is the sweetheart neckline. So for this, I took a neck width of about 4 inches, and then at the other side, at the folded edge, I went down by 6 inches, and at this side I just drew a straight line. I went down by 4.5 inches. So this part is supposed to be shorter than the first part so that we can create a curve. So after that, I'm just going to use my pattern master to create a curve like that. And by the time we are done cutting, you are going to see what is going to give us a sweetheart neckline. All right, so the logic is that when you are measuring your neck depth at the folded edge, make it longer, and at the other side of the neck width, make the neck depth shorter. All right, so that it can give you the neckline that you want. So now the other neckline we are working with is the Queen Anne neckline. It's almost like the sweetheart neckline. So I went downwards by 6 inches there, and I went downwards by 4.5 inches there. But I'm not going to connect with a straight line this time around. I'm going to go out by 1 inch, and then I'm now going to create a curve, all right, to meet with my neck width from that new point that I created. And then I will now take another curve from this part just to form the Queen Anne neckline. Is almost like the sweetheart neckline, just that this other side is not going to be straight, it's going to be slanted or curved. And one thing about the Queen Anne neckline is that your neck width shouldn't be too wide, all right, so that it doesn't gape. So I just use a neck width of 3 inches. You can even use a neck width of 2.5 inches depending on how chubby your client is, so that the neck doesn't become too wide. All right, so now the next neckline we are working with is the curved rectangle neckline. For this, you are first going to draft your rectangle neckline. We've already done that earlier in this video. So I used a neck width of 4 inches by 6 inches, and then once that is done, from this point you go up by 1 inch, just like that, and then you now create a curve to meet with that point at the edge of the triangle, just like that. All right, and then you are going to cut it out from the curved area. You have to be really careful so you don't make any mistake. So some people call it W, but the right and correct name is the curved rectangle neckline. So this is the way to go about it. It's as simple as that. All right, so this is just gives the rectangle neckline a tweak. And I quickly want to remind you that the Kano neckline is also the Sabrina neckline. All right, so the next one we are going to be working with now is the round scoop neckline. So this is a round neckline, but it is deeper than the normal round neckline. So the neck width I used was 3 inches, and I went down by 6 inches. So it's going to form like a U. The round neck is not going to be perfect, it's going to be deeper, and as you can see, it's forming a U-shaped kind of look. All right, so this is called the round scoop neckline. When you are cutting this, make sure that your neck width is not too wide. You know, this thing is coming down, so it shouldn't be too wide, so that everything will not just be gaping. All right, so the next one we are working with is the stylish keyhole neckline, and for this we are going to be drafting 2 different necklines. So you first draft your round neckline. I used 3 inches by 3 inches to draft my round neckline. So from the top again, you go down by 7 inches, and then on the armhole side you can come down by 5 inches. So you are now going to connect it with a curve. All right, just like that. So once that is done, at this first neckline you are going to come down by 1 inch, and then from this point you are going to come in by about 2 inches or 2.5 inches, and then you connect those 2 points together with a curve again. So this is just like creating 2 different necklines. All right, but it's a keyhole stylish neckline. So by the time we are done cutting, you will understand what we are doing. So this is it, voila. This neckline is really beautiful, but you have to be careful so it doesn't expose too much of your bust. You can decide to cut it through at that point, and so that the upper part will have a different fabric and the down part will have a different fabric, or you can decide to leave it like this. For me, I'm going to be leaving it like this for now. If we are going to be using it next time, I might decide to change it. So now the second keyhole neckline that I want to teach you is the normal one that everybody does, the regular one. So after drafting your 3x3 neckline, you go down by 3 inches again, and from that neck point you are going to go inwards by ½ inch and connect it. So I used a slightly curved V to come to join this, and this is what is looking like. This is also a keyhole neckline. All right, so but you can make it curve. You can make this place really curve so that it can form like a circle for you, or you can also make it straight. So that is it. Those are all the necklines that I have for you. I hope you've learned something from this neckline, and I don't want to hear that you are making a cloth and you don't know the neckline to work with. This will make your work more professional, and you will stop using the regular round neckline every time. Thank you guys for watching. If this video was helpful, give it a like. Don't forget to share and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload a new tutorial. Until I see you in the next one, I want you to know that I love you and I care. Bye.